Rishos, Rabbi Lamb, the Rosh Yeshiva, President Joel, Rabbi Penner, fellow Musmachim, and distinguished assembly. Recently, during a time that was neither day nor night, I was perusing the internet. And I stumbled across a contradiction, a stira, between two articles. While such a phenomenon is not uncommon, this particular contradiction grabbed my attention as it pertained to the core identity of our yeshiva. According to the authoritative Wikipedia page of the Rabbi Isaac Elchanan Theological Seminary, REITS is the rabbinical seminary of Yeshiva University, intended to train students for careers as practicing rabbis. However, if you switch your keyboard from English to Hebrew, the nature of our yeshiva seems to magically change. As the Wikipedia page of Yeshiva Universita has a simple three-word description of REITS: Yeshiva b'muvana hamekubal, a yeshiva in the usual sense. Upon reflection, I realized that these two accounts of REITS, a rabbinical school and a classic yeshiva, are not contradictory, but rather tell the two tales, the tzvei dinim of our yeshiva. REITS has a dual mission. There's a split that seems to run through its very essence and to permeate the entire institution. On the one hand, REITS operates in the constellation of professional graduate schools, preparing its students for a career. Entering REITS every year is a group of idealistic, eager young men filled with a passion to be Marber Kvod Shemayim and to effect positive change in the community. But spiritual leadership is easier said than done. With an increasing percentage of our people becoming religiously unmusical, to borrow Max Weber's self-description, it is difficult to authentically play the Song of Torah in a manner that is calibrated to the ear of the community. REITS teaches us the skills that are necessary to produce that melody. From the halacha curriculum to pastoral training, from internships to leadership workshops, we received a top-of-the-line education in our chosen field. But there is a second goal of REITS, the second din, and that is to sing that same song of Torah, but to a different tune, to the melody of the Beis Medrash. The Yeshiva University Beis Medrash is among the finest in the world, populated by renowned Talmidei Chachamim, whose devotion to Torah Lishma, the study of Torah for its own sake, infuses the entire yeshiva. The song of intense Torah study, experienced at times as a kol tamama daka, a soft, still sound, and at times as a crashing crescendo, pervades the atmosphere of our Beis Medrash and encourages us to struggle day and night, through page after page, sugya after sugya, to be memis atzmenu, to exert all of our energies for the study of Torah. These two melodies of REITS, the rabbinical school and the Beis Medrash, though independently crucial, are often disharmonious. Most rabbis will have a difficult time translating the in-depth Gemara shiurim they heard at yeshiva into a meaningful message for their community or classroom. The Ramban's nuanced approach to Zika, or the Rambam's elegant rulings regarding Makdish Ba'almam, are not exactly ideal sermon material. However, a deeper analysis reveals that this is a false dichotomy. The core of our yeshiva's ideology is that the Beis Medrash and the rabbinical school are not two distinct operations, but are intricately linked. This unification of seemingly different poles, achdot ha'hafachim in the language of Rav Kook, is affirmed by a plethora of sources, and is in fact inherent in the very term yeshiva. Yishael Gafni, a professor of classical Jewish history at the Hebrew University, analyzed the word yeshiva in Chazal and noted that it has two distinct associations. At times, the term yeshiva refers to a place of Torah study, a Beis Medrash, When Chizkiyahu passes away, the Gemara says, Hoshivu Yeshiva al Kivro. They establish a base medrash on his grave. But there is another usage of the term. Sifrei Devarim relates the following story. Ma'isa Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, Rabbi Elazar Chasma. There was a story involving these two holy Tanayim. Shehoshivam Rabban Gamliel by Yeshiva. Literally, the Rabban Gamliel caused them to sit in Yeshiva. One would think that to cause them to sit in Yeshiva would mean that he brought them into the Beis Medrash, he showed them an empty chair, and he gave them a Gemara. However, as the story unfolds, this is clearly not the meaning. Later in the Medrash, Rabban Gamliel charges his two students with a message that still rings in the ears of every Musmach as he enters his first position. L'sha'avar, in the past, Hayisem Bershos Atzmachah, you were your own authorities. Akshav, now, Harei Atem Avadim, you are servants. Yeshuvadim l'tzibor, responsible to the community. Apparently, in this medrash, Lehoshiv by Yeshiva does not mean to enter the yeshiva as a student, but rather to enter a communal position, to become Meshubad l'tzibor. The synthesis of our yeshiva between the Beis Medrash and the rabbinical school, between learning Torah and being committed to the community, flows directly from Chazal's usage of the term yeshiva. One of the many points of synergetic interface between the Beis Medrash and the rabbinical school is the transformative power of the study of Torah, and in particular, that it enhances one's responsibility, desire, and spiritual capacity to connect with all Jews. This idea has been articulated in a variety of ways. Yirmiyahu Hanavi describes the word of Hashem as Eish Bo'ares Atzor Ba'atzmosai, a raging fire in my bones, that he cannot contain within. It must be expressed to the people. The Rambam speaks of the learning of Torah as an expression of the love of Hashem, an emotion that compels the learner to spread his passion with others. And Rav Soloveitchik so captivatingly described how the Torah becomes part of a person's personality and then overflows to others in an act of self-revelation. Whichever formulation one prefers, the general point is clear. Our study of Torah, in addition to its independent significance, heightens our responsibility and capacity to spiritually influence the community. And so, we the Musmachim will wear the badge of Ritz with pride and be forever thankful to our Rebbeim, our president, our administrators, our faculty, and the entire staff who are responsible for making our yeshiva among the most unique and impactful in the world. This gratitude is also extended to the donors, the Magzikei Torah, whose vision and generosity are essential to reach to pursue its dual but synthesized goals. In addition, our appreciation is especially due to the broader Ritz community, the family and friends of the Musmachim. If my personal experience is true of others, much support and sacrifice was necessary on the part of the Musmachim's spouses, parents, in-laws, grandparents, siblings, and even children, for us to be here today. I didn't mention the overlap between Reed's staff and family in my own life. Reed's administrator, his loyalty and love for the yeshiva are legendary and have inspired me since childhood. And finally, we need to thank Hashem for our years in yeshiva, and David for divine assistance in the years to come. Thank you, and mazel tov.